I truly believe as an entrepreneur, this is one of the worst, most frustrating times of the year. And I'm definitely feeling it's like there's all these things I want to do, all these things I want to get done before the end of the year, and all these things that are legitimately more important in my life, like my children, for example, pull against it. And it just is kind of like, yay, I love going to the band concerts and seeing, my little 11-year-old rock out on a saxophone, and, watch my eldest play, the drum. Like, these things are great, but it's like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff and we're running out of time. So that tension is, I'm feeling it.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Business Lunch with your hosts, Ryan Dice and me, Roland Frasier. Nice to see you guys. Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. I will tell you, this is my least favorite time of the year. You
have been so busy. I don't think I've had a chance to talk to you for 5 minutes in the last week.
So yeah, for listeners who don't know, I'm the father of 4 amazing children, ages, basically between 11 and 17. And so this time of year, they all have their end of year, whatever activity they're in. And some of them are in multiple activities. So it's all that craziness. It's on the heels of family being in for Thanksgiving. I truly believe as an entrepreneur, this is one of the worst, most frustrating times of the year. And I'm definitely feeling it's like there's all these things I want to do, all these things I want to get done before the end of the year, and all these things that are legitimately more important in my life, like my children, for example, pull against it. And it just is kind of like, yay, I love going to the band concerts and seeing, my little 11-year-old rock out on a saxophone, and,
nice.
Watch my eldest play, the drum. Like, these things are great, but it's like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff and we're running out of time. So that tension is, I'm feeling it. What about you?
Yeah, it seems that across the family side of things get most stressful during this time of year because expectations are high and, all that kind of stuff. And then you do have all the end of the year balance stuff. But yeah, it's been really busy. This week for me, I think I always say this, and my wife's like, "You're full of crap." That this is a relatively light period for the next few weeks, because we've done all of the end of year planning, which we're going to do an episode on. I think after we do this one, if we have time, and it's just yeah. I like the way you said it. It's the worst, greatest time of the year. It for sure is. I was thinking in particular. Because we have some people within both of our families who've gone through some mental health challenges. And I know that this time of year is full of pressure. It's full of the pressure of maybe, why didn't I perform at the level that I wanted to perform this year? I'm looking back at my goals and hopes and dreams, and, I didn't get as far as I wanted, or, gosh, I suck because I didn't get as far as I wanted, or, I've really got to double down and make this happen next year, or times are tight and I can't do as much as I thought I could because my money buys less than it did a year ago. I think they said people are going to spend 120% more this year for the holidays on average than they did in 2019 before the pandemic. I mean, things like that can really stress people out. People who don't have the right support networks can feel alone and overwhelmed and depressed. So I thought it would be cool if maybe we talked about prioritizing your well-being in the entrepreneurial context for the end of the year. So basically, everybody's hustle, hustle, hustle. And I think hustle, hustle without any thought towards how am I doing mentally is a recipe for unhappiness and disaster. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a worthwhile topic. I mean, I think we should probably disclaim that neither of us are like doctors or therapists, have no clinical experience whatsoever. And so this is definitely not any kind of like medical advice, but I think, just having an open and frank discussion about our own stuff is probably helpful.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel that we're qualified because we both have so many emotional issues.
I would agree.
So from the demand side, we're like really good with this. From the supply side of the advice, maybe we're not qualified. So,
I would completely agree with that. Yeah, I would completely agree with that. I don't know, like what is your feeling this time of year?
My feeling is excitement about what I'm going to do next year as I set goals and prioritize gratitude for the things that I have achieved, and annoyance with myself for not doing the things that I set out to do, because there's always those. And so I feel that it is gratitude and excitement with a liberal sprinkling of contempt for self. How about yourself?
It's almost exclusively contempt for self. I mean,
for
seriously,
you this time of year?
we said we were going to get real on this, dude. This is like there are 2 times of the year that I just get into like a funk, and it is over my birthday, because I'm never as far as I feel like I should be. And so my birthday, and you know this, like I don't do anything for my birthday typically. Like I kind of go off to like the beach house and just like curl in a ball, like my wife and I just get like, I basically turn into like a navel gazing little whiny, bitch, basically, is kind of, what I do for my birthday. And I'm not proud of this, by the way. I'm just being honest. And this time of year too, man, I don't feel I see all these people with this excitement and enthusiasm about next year. All I feel and all that I like experience emotionally is everything that didn't happen. And I feel this in years that suck, and in years where I've crushed like all the different goals. Like all that I feel is all of the things that didn't happen. And I don't believe, by the way, that that's necessarily healthy, but it's really been surprising. Like there's never a time during this kind of season, really between, because it's all the craziness leading up to basically, it kind of starts, I guess, a little bit around Thanksgiving, because there's not a big break between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it's just so hectic and busy that once I have a chance to actually pause and think, the only thing I can process is everything that didn't go right, that didn't happen. And then for whatever reason, just a switch gets flipped on the 1st. And I am ready to just light the previous year on fire. Like I feel no emotional angst or negative energy about anything that happened or didn't happen. I literally just die to it. And it's like a totally clean slate. And I have no idea if that's healthy or not. There's probably a fair bit of denial in there. And there's probably a fair bit of, but I do spend about 2 weeks, and I am particularly introspective and particularly difficult to be around. And my wife will tell you this, the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Interesting.
It's just not good.
So do you see it as, because I think what excites me is the reset, that the year starting is exciting for me because of the reset. So I'm probably more excited from Thanksgiving to the end of the year, first of the year, than I am any other time in the year. My self-loathing biggest depression cycle, I would say, is around July to September. And it's got somewhat to do with the cyclicality of the businesses that we have. Like every business we have seems like it slows down. We need to invest in like a summer vacation rental business or something that gives that counter cyclical punch, Of course, the whole rest of the year will be like, why did we buy that business? But yeah, so I think that's what it is like when all of that stuff is challenging, things get hardest. And then when I get to Thanksgiving, I really am, it might sound cliche, but like I really do get focused on gratitude. But I'll say, I mean, there's a dark vein that runs maybe through all entrepreneurs. It certainly runs through me. It sounds like it does through you too, of kind of just a persistent, nagging feeling that you're failing to do everything that you should be able to do given the potential you've got. Does that sound fair?
That's it. And that's why I can say, like, for me, it has, and I've noticed this. And again, I'm so blessed because I've got an amazing, wife and partner who will kind of call me on stuff and be like, but I don't understand, this. And, so I've got somebody to talk to. I think, because I don't think that my feeling or my experience is all that unique. I've talked to other entrepreneurs and just humans. I think anybody who has high standards for themselves is going to feel this, and they don't have that other person to talk to. And I think that's when it can get really dark. Like I have a way to kind of an outlet to talk this through. You and I, we'll get on the phone. I mean, so got good life partners, business partners, all this kind of stuff. The people that are alone, I would just say, talk to somebody, hear yourself say the things, because there have been years recently where we just freaking crushed it. I mean, I started the year with goals and we just obliterated those goals quick, fast, and in a hurry because some things happened that I didn't expect. And yet I got to the end of the year and the only thing that I could feel is everything that didn't get done.